Hey guys, Dardomos Dominions. Welcome back to FeatherFall. It's turn 8. So, last time we were doing a double expand. One of our expansion parties has gone to reinforce the Niflheim Ulm front. And when we were expanding with our Dionis, we were picking a direction and going in that direction as fast as we could. As a result, we expected to run across other players very soon in order to try to get better borders. And I think we did a good job so far with Yomi, and we've done a good job with, we're making new borders that include their territory. And we weren't too worried about running into other players. And looking back, like, because of where this bump was, we may have been able to expect this, just because of the way that the territory is kind of split up. And we probably bumped one of the few nations that I could actually be scared of early on, and that is Mictlan. The other ones I probably like a decent, like, as long as they're not putting too much force into their expansion parties, I should be set. And better players usually expand with just enough to be able to take the province, because if you over concentrate, you won't take as many provinces. And the player here is one of the players that probably knows how to expand very well, and we're going to go over that. In fact, he does a very brilliant expansion strategy here, in my opinion. So let's watch what happens with the independence. Now, I am going to point out some stuff that doesn't really matter to us right now because, Yomi. Oh, by the way, these Dione spawned last turn with him, and I just sent them in. I don't know any way to really protect them because they, blindly just charge the enemy. So they're going to die. So let's talk about how this is going to work. Their forces are moving forward. What? Okay, this was a failed expand. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's talk about what I just realized. I've watched this battle like about 3 or 4 times now. These guys have limps on them, meaning that Mictlan has already attacked once and has failed. I don't know how. This is crappy PD. But these guys have gone forward, and leaving behind in their wake is their commander. They only have one commander, and he's all the way in back. Now, this is important to know about. Now, if we want to really fast forward and want to see this, sure, let's do it. Mr. Hirofumi is going to get surrounded, but he doesn't care. He's going to get absolutely no afflictions, and he's going to own face. So, he wins. Let's go into the world pillar. I'm a little worried because Mictlan usually takes like a quickness buff along with stuff that, like, they either do like a quickness Hellbless or they do like stuff that ups their attack and damage, both of which could be problematic to me. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of waiting to lose this battle. Because I don't know how I'm going to kill it. I mean, it's only morale. It's the only way I can get it. And this guy has 12 morale, and he's going to get blessed, so he's up to 13. So he's not likely to run quickly. So let's wait and see what happens. I'm not worried anymore. This is a very unusual bless. Let's go over the blessing real quick. Now, the first part that I saw was the Fire Shield. Fire Shield 5 is... I don't know why you would take Fire Shield 5. Maybe they were hoping to get paired against another nation where Fire Shield would be helpful. Maybe it helps with Lanka. I don't... maybe, it's a... they get it on their thugs and then they cast Fire Shield and therefore they got Fire Shield 10 or something. I don't know what they're doing with this Fire Shield. Maybe I'm missing some next level strat. But at least because I mean I've played with Mictolin a whole lot, and I've had fun. I've subbed in a couple of Mictolin games. I've played against the AI a ton. I really like these guys are really fun to play with, and I can tell you Fire Shield doesn't work. Now Explosion is awesome because you can use some explosion shenanigans so your guys die and they explode. But even that is it's more mem worthy than it is actually a good strategy. Blood Vengeance is good though. When they kill their first guy, they get a bunch of strength and stuff like that, and that's actually a Blood Vengeance is perfectly fine on these guys, and it works very well with Lanka as well. Regen once again is a Lanka Bless. I'd have to look, but Lanka may have just built his chassis and his Bless without talking to Mictolin's player. I don't know. I'll be very honest. I don't know what happened here, but this is a Lanka Bless. And Mictolin kind of, I guess Fire Shield doesn't hurt them. I don't think it does. And the Blood Vengeance is nice, and I guess the regen, but if you got Blood Bond regeneration, that might be better. But their problem is they only deal 20 damage, which is a lot, but not as much as what it could be. And their attack skill is kind of meh. If you come across anything with a good defense skill, this isn't going to be able to kill that. So yep, let's go see what happens. Now what has happened is he's gotten his blessing, and then these guys are going to eventually these guys are going to fly up into the air. Poof. Okay, so let's talk about what happened in the last battle, because they got blessed, they held, and then they attacked. Let's see what would have happened against this force. Okay, we can actually watch because the blessing goes off. So my guy gets the blessing, and then he casts the skeletal body, and this is when they would fly up in the air, and then this is when they would have landed, maybe a little bit later, and they would have attacked the rear. Those Eagle Warriors would have hit this guy and probably gibbed him. One of these two guys would have died. Attack rear isn't exactly the rearmost, but it's close enough. So he would have attacked this guy or this guy, and both of these guys would have eventually died. This guy's the only leader on the field, and the rest of the troops run away. Very few losses. The Eagle Warriors then would probably have kept on attacking these guys, and one of them might have died. But worst case scenario, you lose one or two Sacreds. It's not the best trade, but it's good enough. It's good enough to expand once. But instead of coming into this new little human commander, he runs into a Dione. And these guys are going to come back. You've already saw in the script, and they're just going to get eaten a lot. Okay, so we've gone through the first group. What's left are these guys, and there are 7 of them, meaning their morale check isn't at a loss quite yet. They're at morale 14, and because of that, I'm not likely that they get 14. That we do a roll off and to check their morale, and they get a +4. So we're both rolling 2d6 open ended, and they get a +4. It's not likely that I'm going to be able to do this anytime soon. Now, the nice thing is I did throw flames, and throwing those flames did kill one of the guys. And when they died, they turned into this were-jaguar. They have 2 forms. And these jaguars are really good. They got 15, 13, 13. However, they're low damage, and so they're not going to get through my protection. So these are actually kind of inferior to the standard Jaguars, which deal 20 and might actually get through my protection. Now real quick, blunt damage works where if it hits your head, it does double damage, I think. Sorry, my throat's going out. So if this guy hits me in the head, now to hit me in the head, he needs to, his size is 2 and his sword length is 2. I don't know if he can even hit my head. I'll be honest. I think that because I'm size 4, I don't know. I don't think he can hit my head, and even if he can, it's a smaller chance. Um, because it's just it's way up there. I think he can only hit my chest. So even though my guy has no helmet, he's pretty safe. They are hitting some pretty hard hitting. They are dealing some pretty serious damage. But even though my guy can't necessarily kill quickly, he can kill. And as soon as they got to that four guys, their morale went down to 13, which was enough for me to actually finally chase them off. Oh, and I need to look at him. I did look at him. He didn't even take any. He didn't take any afflictions. He had like a 10% chance of it a couple times, and I rolled well. So the other expansions, really quick, I think are going to be standard. Actually, no, this one is not. The heavy infantry are actually kind of scary. So we're going to put this in patch forward because really the only thing that we care about, does he get an affliction? They did get broken up a little bit by the wolves, but not enough. This is actually very scary for me, especially since my guy's at fatigue 53. I might want to make my script a little bit better, and we might want to look at that too. See what the script looks like. Sorry, going to go real quick and add scripts to. Okay, to my notes, so you guys can see my scripts. Okay, so Bayville is the oh wait, no, it's the one we just watched. So that was the second one. Real quick, instead of viewing battle, because I know that this is just a ping, I'm going to look at this real quick. And when I look at this, I'm going to open up a program in Windows called Snipping Tool. And you have it, if you have Windows 10, I think Windows 7 had it as well. You have Snipping Tool. You click New, you hover over this, and then you can see what it is. And if you want to, you can go into Microsoft Paint and actually say like what wizards these are and which sorcerers they are. And you can save this pretty easily. And just like that, I have a screenshot of the information I need. And it takes me like 30 seconds. This is super important because you need to know this. There'll be later where you'll be like, what's in there and what do they have? It's really good also if you have assassins, because you can start, knocking off whenever, like, I got an assassin. Oops, I'm sorry. So, ta-da's, real quick. Niflheim is hitting. I think this is where his army was. Nifl wanted a combat, wanted a fight, and was feeling actually really good. With this Linamur, it's actually really safe for him to expand. The Dominion really, it's neutral Dominion right now. So real quick, let's go over this. This guy's got 7 because he's got poison. Now, we've got a regen bless, so we can take poison. As long as it doesn't really stack up, we should be good taking a little poison. And that's what my buddy did, was to try and slow it up. He put it behind the troops, and it took a while to get around. So they didn't get far enough, like too far ahead. But yeah, these guys just eat the PD for lunch. Now, we get to see the new sub has come in, and the way we know the new sub has come in is because unlike the previous weird line, we have a giant killing line. This line, if it would have hit my my partner, might have done some serious damage. My son is obviously we put him into his bed after this, and he obviously did not go to sleep. So they eat my RPD, but I'm at this point, like, if you see like all these numbers are popping up down here, that is a pretty, like, it's good PD. Heavy infantry is really good PD. So I think we pumped the PD up, knowing that if they did hit this, that it would take serious losses. I don't feel like we came out financially ahead on this one. They took 20 damage, or 20 guys, and we have and we lost probably, I'm guessing this is 10 PD. So 10 PD for 20 puts us down by about 30 gold, but at this point, we're making a lot more money than what he is, which is great. So we want trades like this. We want trades where he's having to go in and taking attrition, and that's 2 less guys that can surround us, so it's great. Our Our leader Koichi has gotten a heroic ability, and oh yeah, this is probably one of the best heroic abilities that's kind of commonish. I think this one's uncommon. I don't know exactly how that works, but like there's some that happen all the time, and there's some that like happen less, and some that happen even less. Um, and this one's less common as far as I've been able to tell, and it's just straight up hit points, which is great. This guy gets an extra 25 hit points, so we're gonna want Koichi to get to be kind of safe-ish, and we really don't want him to get hurt or get afflictions or get arms chopped off or get like 6 other afflictions. Not that'll happen. So we need to keep him safe, and we need to like get him well armored and stuff. So real quick, the scripts. Let's look at his scripts. So we've got Blessing, Skeletal Body, which reduces piercing damage, Stone Skin, which boosts his natural armor, and boosts his protection, and Earth Might. Now let's talk about Earth Might real quick. Earth Might cost me 20 fatigue. Not only does it cost me 20 fatigue, he's got 9 on top of it, so it cost me 29 fatigue. 29 fatigue is not worth Earth Might, ever. Ever. Like, unless we come across giants when we're going, and even then, like, it's like, I mean, maybe like, I mean, if like Hinam or like who's that guy, the other Femoria, if they're there, but I mean, they have to go through a throne first. In all honesty, I shouldn't have taken this province. I probably should have gone for this province or this one. I think I was playing least resistance, but this province, I think I was actually a mistake. What I should have done is gone here or here. But either way, I go here. I think what I was planning on doing is taking this one and then coming back south. I don't remember. But this doesn't seem like a very good move to me. Again, this guy really shouldn't be on Earth Might because his encumbrance is 12. So that cost me 32 to go there. Now, I am going to take this province. We didn't talk about diplomacy. So with diplomacy, I have the ability to attack him, his capital, and I don't necessarily want to do that, because Lanka's here and we're already at war. So what I tell him, hey, it's got 2 air sites, which I really would like. Instead of those air sites, you know, helping me out, I tell him, hey, why don't you take this one and give me 20 air gems? Now, this is kind of nice of me, but it's also, for my sake, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. Now, maybe this one, let me kind of like, you know, that might be his, but for sure, the yellow dots are mine. And that means I'm controlling his cap too. And that's pretty damaging for him. And the reason I'm doing that is that I want to attack him next. And the reason is because Niflheim is here. And if we are able to do a pincer where I come up like this, he comes down like this, Nifl and I will have a mutual border on 2 different sides. And diplomatically, that's frightening. Because if somebody finds out that, then they're definitely gonna be more willing to coalition against you. But if we end up with like 4 caps, or we get Lanka and Mictlan, and we get Ulm, and we get Arcocephali, I will be perfectly fine with that level of diplomatic pressure. We might even be able to take everybody on at that point. I don't know. Or you know, everybody but like keep one guy from coalitioning us. I don't know. But I'm willing to keep peace for this right now, and I think that the borders end up, I tell him that the borders are going to be like either like this or like this. I don't remember if I think we know the Throne Woods is ours. We do claim that one and tell them to shove off. So that's diplomacy. I did the turn moves we talked about scripts. Let's talk about mercenaries real quick. My Elephant Corps is going to go away this turn. And as you can see, I'm taking my elephant core and I'm suiciding it in here. Now the reason why I'm saying suiciding is that the thrice torn boar is here, so his pretender is actually here, and I'm going to go and attack it. And I don't think I'm gonna win. I'll just be honest. I think I'm gonna literally just die, and so I'm not gonna spend my money on the elephant core. Now, sadly, the Black Fist and was taken last turn, but we got Victor's villains. I have no clue where they are. Oh, yeah, there they are. Okay. So what he's gonna do is we knew that this was Alm, so we're gonna march the villains up and take Alm's cap. Now, knowing my buddy and talking about strategy last time, what I assume that he's going to do is just go straight in for Alm's capital, shut down all production, and then win and win the war in one fell swoop. The problem is that the thrice horned boar has the ability at this point to countermarch and come down here. So it will be a pretender on pretender battle. And that's very dangerous for us because it is his dominion. I'm almost positive that it is his dominion. We can look. We can't see his dominion, sadly enough. I don't think that means he's got 0 dominion there. No way. I don't know how we can see this dominion and not that dominion. Maybe it's like 1 away. I don't know. Either way, oh yeah, I guess it has to be adjacent. Yeah, probably adjacent, so we can't see this one. But either way, like his dominion gives him boost, and it doesn't give us boost. So I am very, very worried about Niflheim getting attacked. And like looking back, my guess is these guys aren't going to die. So I probably should have bid on them again. Okay, guys, research real quick. We're still pushing forward to Conjuration 3. We will not be getting that until another 3 turns, which is very sad. We don't have any forts going up right now, which is kind of... Oh, we're going to build our first temple, by the way. And what I'm hoping is that... I'm kind of hoping that I can build that temple and still have enough to build another Dione next turn. I should. It shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. So we're going to get our next Dione. He's going to go down here and probably help out. But, yep. Tune in for the next episode where I'm going to cut this one short because I really think that we might have a big fight happening in Ulm next turn. And even if we don't, if we have a small one, then I can fit 2 in the same episode. So y'all have a good one, and I'll see you in the next episode.